Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to the Big Planet Comics here in College Park. This is Planetary Pool for the week of August 6th. I'm your host, Aitch, and with me today is Billy. Billy, what's up, man?
Hey guys, how's it going?
It's going, man. It's going. It's been a great weekend. I really enjoyed myself. Did you go see Guardians of the Galaxy?
Of course I saw Guardians of the Galaxy.
What'd you think?
I really liked it. Like, I gotta admit, I wasn't really looking forward to it because at the end of the day, I can't get excited about the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Like, it's not SpiderMan, it's not the X-Men, it's not the Avengers. I've
movie.
never read a Guardians of the Galaxy comic.
It's a movie about a talking raccoon and a whole bunch of misfits in outer space.
Alright, so Talking Raccoon, yeah, no wonder why Disney got this.
So, yeah. I mean, but it was great. It was kid
friendly.
friendly.
No, it was definitely great.
But, you know, the main thing I was really shocked about was all the other people that popped up. I mean, Rob Zombie was in it, Nate Fillion was in it, Glenn Close, was a whole lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
So I definitely will recommend that. But let me tell you the real reason why we're here today. We are doing comic books, and we got 4 comic books here that we are going to do very brief reviews to give you an idea what you should be picking up today. So I'm going to start off with my first pick, which is Invincibles number 113. Robert Kirkman and Ryan Ottley. This is seriously an underrated book. As much as people love The Walking Dead.
I feel like this is his best work. Honestly, this is the best superhero comic out there.
Right.
Period.
Right, because it's like this is one of those books I've read from the beginning. I've binge read it a couple of months ago.
I've read it like 3 times myself.
Yeah, and there's progression. You know, there's lots of stuff going on, and you don't really feel like you're getting confused. Everything is like right there in front of you. Like there's a blueprint for what he's been doing.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, I'm actually about to get off The Walking Dead.
I'm
watching the show, but the comic book, I'm like,
I'm gonna be honest, I fell off the show and the comic a while ago, just because I felt like it wasn't going anywhere. It was like every volume, I loved the first few volumes. It was definitely worth the read. But each volume felt like, okay, how can things get worse? Okay, it's pretty bad. Oh, volume 2. Wow, it's really bad. Volume 3. Oh, geez, it couldn't possibly get any worse. 4. Okay.
I quit.
Yeah.
But with this, what's been going on is you know, if you've been keeping up with Invincible, you know about Robot going back and had his own dimension that he ruled, and now he's back at Earth. So he's really trying to put the screws down on getting his rule on. And partway through the book, you see he's starting to cut a deal with with Invincible's people.
Okay.
Because, you know, they had a truce. You know, they were like, okay, we're just going to sit back and we're going to chill because, hey, our race is dying, but...
Yeah, that's what I always feel like. You know, it's like they got like 20 Supermen. And I'm like, how can anything actually pose a threat to the Earth when you got like 20 or 30 or however many invincible people there? Like, you know, the weakest member of their race is still the strongest superhero on Earth. That's what kills me.
Right.
Like, yeah.
But Robot is seriously plotting some stuff in this book. Also, we see what happens with... the young lady that raped Invincible.
Like, you know what? I completely blocked that whole thing out of my mind. I was like, wow, this is just controversy for controversy's sake. But
and did it right after the baby was delivered too. She was like, hey, what's going on, big boy?
Yeah.
But definitely you need to pick up this book.
But no, it's still great. Like, what is this? Issue 113. Yeah, like issue 113, and it's still going strong and it's still fresh. That's pretty amazing.
Right. And also we get to find out the fate of Monster Girl.
Oh.
So you need to check this out.
All right.
What's your first pick, man?
All right, my first pick is Alex and Ada. It's a very interesting book. Have you read it?
No, tell me about it real quick.
Alright, pretty much it takes place in the future. Not like the far future, but pretty far, where obviously, you know, androids are walking around. But it's like a very cool concept. Pretty much they're human-looking androids. However, you know, they kind of had their whole thing where one android has sentience, and of course, you know, whenever in any science fiction, whenever androids get sentience, something bad always happens.
Terminators. Excuse me.
But you know, so but anyway, so but whatever it is, the government put like a law saying you can have androids, but they can't be self-aware. They can't be sentient. So, you know, but of course that means you got these androids, but they're boring. They have no personality or life to them. So
Terminators.
Yeah.
Something in the air, man. I don't know
No,
what
it's
that is.
so good. Hear me out. Alright, so this is where it gets interesting. So, just like anything, a lot of people with Apple phones will know about this. You can modify them, like illegally hack them and unlock them because they're meant to be sentient.
Jailbroken androids.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is about. Like, no, like he goes to a forum and, you know, pretty much I would just call it, it's a jailbreaking forum, and they're like, this is how to unlock, they actually use the word unlock. This is how to unlock your, Android.
Jailbreak, excuse me.
Yeah.
Jailbreak your android.
And jailbreak your Android.
Ooh, I like that.
You know. So, yeah.
Root your android.
But no, it's really fun. It's a fun series. Like,
how many issues in are we?
We're in issue 8. It's, you know, the story is taking its time. I'm really interested to see where it goes with it. But it's definitely worth a read. Oh, it's done by Jonathan Luna, who also wrote The Sword. And, by the way, that's a really great book to check out.
Yeah, and I think, didn't they do Girls also or something like that? I think.
Yeah?
Yeah, thank you, yeah. Yeah, well, they've done all kinds of stuff. They even did Spider-Woman at one time, too. I remember.
Like, The Sword was done by the Luna brothers.
Right.
But Jonathan is obviously the talented one. Because I read a book by the other one that wasn't quite as good. Whispers. Yeah, somebody just shouted some disembodied voice. Yeah, So obviously, I'm going to say he's the talented one. So this is great stuff.
And it's by Image book, right?
Oh, yeah, it's Image. So, wow, two images. Alright, let's go slightly more mainstream.
Okay, we're going to go to DC Comics, and this is one of the selfie covers that's out this week of Green Lantern number 34. Robert Venditti is working on this, and I'm sorry.
Alright, really? Selfie covers?
Yeah, selfie covers. Why not?
Alright, I mean, it's like selfie month.
No, they had the bombshells, so why not? So,
well, you know, I can get behind the bombshells. Like,
all of us can get behind the bombshells. Like, a lot of us would rather see it from the front too. But yeah, Billy Tan also did the art. It was pretty good.
How have you been liking Green Lantern?
Green Lantern, I would say, was very interesting. I mean, Robert Venditti had a lot of big shoes to fill, considering that, you know, Jeff Johns left it. He left it in pretty good hands, and also he left the Lanterns in shambles. So this this book, you know, we're sort of seeing like the aftermath of the war between the Lantern Corps with the Coons and the
wait, the what?
The Coons or the Kuns. Kuns.
I know. Okay.
And the Durlans.
Okay.
The shapeshifters and stealing people's powers, and yeah, things got really, really, really bad. Let's just put it that way. Things got really bad, and
things were always so great for Hal Jordan.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, he always lived a charmed life.
Yeah. But this was one of the more slower issues. It starts off with the Lanterns actually trying to contain one of their escaped prisoners who was feeding off of their willpower. And then once that was done, you had a nice family moment.
So, feeding off their willpower.
Yeah.
So, somebody got a girlfriend.
So, anyway, what happened was... we also get the appearance of Simon Baz.
Oh.
The last Lantern that was created for Earth, and
that was like the Muslim one with the face mask and the gun, and you know, he's still around. Good for him.
So
good for him.
And he's one of those characters. I'm like, okay, you guys created him. When are you going to use him? But he makes an appearance this go around. But like I said, you know, the most of the book revolves around Hal trying to reconcile himself. If he's a good leader, if he's been doing what needs to be done to get the Lantern Corps back up on their feet. And then somewhere towards the end, a boom tube opens.
Oh, I wonder who could possibly come from a boom tube. Well, I doubt it'll be Dark.
I would say pick this up and find out, but I'm wondering how this is also going to tie in with what's going on with Batman and Robin. Specifically,
okay.
Because he's going after Robin and he's making plans.
I've been trying to follow it. Like I have to admit that ever since they killed Damian, I kind of been and out.
You might want to get back on.
No. Like, whenever they killed Damien, I, like, knew for a fact that he wouldn't stay dead.
Nobody stays dead.
Well, no. Because surely the grandson of Ra's al Ghul will always stay dead. Like, how could he possibly come back to life?
Yeah,
Unheard of.
If I kill you right now, you'll resurrect in about 2 or 3 weeks. We'll have you back here by Baltimore Comic Con.
Good shout out.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. But definitely a good read. Pick it up, find out who's coming out of the boom tube, figure out how it connects with what's been going on in Batman and Robin. Alright, so what's your last pick this week, sir?
Last pick. The Superior Spider-Man. He's back. Well, actually, kinda, sorta. Alright, let me just say one thing about, Doc Ock Spider-Man. I remember when he first came onto the scene, and everybody was like, "You killed Peter Parker. How dare you die in slot? We will find you and murder you.
We will tear you to pieces."
Yes. But then, you start reading it, and you realize, like, wow, this is really a good story. And and like, a really good story. Like, I'm back into Spider-Man. And then they were like, hey, let's bring Peter Parker back. Those same people that were screaming bloody murder because, they killed Peter Parker are now, like, angry that, how dare you kill Doc Ock? We want him now.
We want him back now. We liked him as Superior. He was mean. He was well, guess what?
We got him back. And there's still, regular Spider-Man out there.
Right. Well, so we're getting two kind of for the price of one.
We sort of have him back. This is like one of those things that takes place in between issues, but it involves time travel, so of course it can go on indefinitely.
Wait. This is rebootable. This can somewhere along the line be wiped out of the timeline.
Oh, like anything could be. But, like...
Those things happen from time to time.
But,
252!
Yeah. You still have that feeling, though, like, I think I was talking about it earlier, it kind of reminded me of, like, the Cowboy Bebop movie.
Yeah.
And, spoilers. I'm going to spoil spoilers. Mm-hmm. You're like, Spike dies at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Cowboy Bebop... I know. I know.
That happened?
Too soon? Too soon? Yeah.
Never.
Okay, yeah. But no, they do the movie and they're like, oh, did he survive? Like, no, this takes place in between episodes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's kind of what this is.
Yeah. So it's like, okay.
What I thought was really cool about this, too, is the fact that, of course, there's a new threat, and this new threat is going around killing different superheroes who are the same but not the same. Also, what I did like too is where Otto ended up, he still managed to hold on to some of his past and his present, because the whole idea is this will probably be a way somewhere along the line to bridge Doc Ock Spider-Man back with Earth 616 eventually. So
also, to let you know, there's a bit of 2099 in this, and I have mixed feelings about that. I
kind of did too, but when that popped up early on, I was like, come on. But
alright, I'm gonna just admit this. Like, I never was a fan of those. When 2099 showed up in the Superior Spider-Man, I just started skimming.
Yeah.
Which means I actually skimmed through most of the things that are referenced in there. But no, it's still fun. Whatever.
Yeah, it was. But the cool part was, when you get close towards the end and you really see what's going on, like this guy could seriously be a threat. So, the question is whether or not Doc Ock is going to wind up enlisting Peter Parker somewhere along the line. But this does pick up at issue number 32, after issue 31 when it was supposed to have ended.
But,
Dan Slott, Christos Gage. Actually, that's one other thing. Let me go through that also. I did like Christos Gage's art for this because, we all know now that in Amazing Spider-Man you have Slott and Humberto Ramos. And Humberto Ramos, he gives his own style to Spider-Man. But I think for this, because of the tone of this book, you needed Christos Gage's work on this for this to work.
Well, it brings you back to
because this was a bit darker. This is a darker story.
But there's still a lot of fun bits in there.
So
because I always found Doc Ock as Spider-Man hilarious, just that arrogance. I
don't. So those are our picks for this week. But before we go, we want to tell you about a couple of things. First and foremost, and we're kind of working from backwards to forwards, but we got a nice pretty poster here in the Big Planet store that's advertising the 20th anniversary of the SPX Expo, that Small Press Expo, and that's coming up on September. Get it right, September 13th and 14th, and it's going to be at one of the Marriott hotels in the area. I promise you, we will have a link to the site that will go with this, and it's a lot of good stuff that's going on, a lot of fun to be had. I went last year. I really enjoyed myself. I encourage people to go, because 9 times out of 10, the week before that, you're going to be at the Baltimore Comic Con, and that's a 3-day affair. Check that out also. But before that, this weekend, a lot of people that are heading out are probably going to be heading up to Baltimore for Otakon. And I'll tell you like this. Honestly, for me, I'm not going because it's a bit cost prohibitive, but there's always LobbyCon.
I can go on a huge 30-minute rant about why I'm not going to Otakon. Just, but I'll just say $80
for a whole weekend.
And no day passes. Yeah, no day passes. So I'm like, okay.
That kind of discouraged me too. But I will say beyond that, if you're not going to Otakon, if you want to keep $80 in your pocket, join us here at Big Planet in College Park. We're going to do a discussion of The Strain, the very first trade. Matter of fact, what I would like to do, if we can do it, is bridge the first trade paperback with the television show, which I think has been excellent so far.
Gotta check that out.
So definitely. So other than that, that's your Planetary Pull for the week. I'm your host, Aitch. Check me out on the Next Issue podcast. This is
Billy,
and we're out.